there's a point in your battle as a man trying to realize who you are and what your calling is, that the person that you want to become has to start today.
My whole life, I was searching for the truth. I didn't know what truth. I tried everything. Religion, drugs, worldly pleasures. You can get creative with what that means. What I was looking for was my creator and my purpose. Is to try to bring men together, to raise boys up from boyhood to manhood, to take men who have graduated into the world of business, success, but still feel like something's missing. The purpose of this is to find hope, to show you how I found hope, is to find the areas in our life where we need a promotion or we need a cut.
But your back's gonna break, not mine. Your back is gonna break, your back is gonna break, not mine. You got another thing coming.
All right, got to get started. You got to start somewhere. I have all sorts of plans and aspirations, right? Want the lighting and the backdrop in the office. I watched a video last night, and he challenged everybody that is currently consuming constantly, and he was like, well, you need to create. God put us on this planet to create. So that's why I created this channel. That's why I'm creating kind of this platform. If I reach one person, it's enough, right? Because it's something that I'm passionate about, something I do a lot of work in. I don't have a perfect marriage. I don't have a perfect home life. I don't have a perfect Christian, quote unquote, life. But I'm showing up every day. And the encouragement to everybody who's watching this is figure out where in your life you need to show up. So what I'm going to talk about right now, I'm going to make this somewhat short. I don't want to go crazy, but I just needed to start. I need to post something, right? I've made a bunch of videos and I didn't like the color and I didn't like what I had to say and it wasn't enough time. And it's like, all right, I just got to stop with the why nots and continue with the whys. So here we go. So I want to encourage everybody. So the point of this this channel, my dog running around if you can hear. The point of this channel, I've always wanted a project, right? So that's what this is for me. It's something that I'm going to do on the side. There's no intention for it to do anything except for me to be consistent, right? I'm not looking for anything besides consistency from myself. And the point of it is to try to like raise awareness for areas in our life as men where we need to raise up those around us, but that first starts within ourselves. I don't have it figured out. If you know me, you know this. I do not have it figured out, but I am on the journey. I'm showing up. I'm surrounding myself with men. I'm in the arena, right? I'm in the arena doing the work, and that doesn't mean that I'm winning every day. I started a challenge, just full transparency, in December. I had 75 days, and I had a long list of items. I've failed at that challenge like 3 times along the way. Do I give up? Is that the plan? Is it just to throw in the towel and be like, I'm out? I didn't show up today, so I'm just going to cancel it and not worry about it because I'm insecure because of where I landed with this challenge. And it was supposed to be this thing that I stuck to consistently. No, I'm not going to give up because it was there for a reason and I created it for a purpose. So I'm going to continue the mission. My uncle was a pastor back in the day. He still is actually, again. He used a terminology called Charlie Mike. The military used it back in the day. They might use it now. It means continue the mission. Like, regardless of what's going on, regardless of how you showed up yesterday or you didn't do the right thing, you didn't show up for your child, you didn't show up for your employees, you didn't show up for your employer, you didn't show up for your wife. Regardless of it, Charlie Mike, continue the mission. So I'm just going to give a quick tip of something that I found has been super helpful in my life. So eventually, I'm gonna have like some type of program where like you can comment down below and say, hey, send me that sheet, and I'm gonna be able to send it to you, and it's gonna be really cool and professional. But if I waited till I got to that level where I was ready, I would never put this content out. So I'm starting here. I don't have anything to share with you other than my words and an example. So if you're in a spot as a man where you want to rise up, where you've been like for a while, I have been kind of just coasting and trying, but not really digging into the things that I know need to get dug into, then this is for you. All right. I found myself in this position first 5 years ago, 7, 8 years ago, going through a divorce. I fought it tooth and nail, right? I didn't like what I was going through. I fed into alcohol. I fed into other things to try to cope. And ultimately, I realized that, like, I needed to become the person that I wanted to be today. So often we have this vision of, like, I want to be this guy down the road, right? This is my vision of myself when my kids are, no longer this high, but this high. And then no longer this high, but with kids this high, right? And you want to see this generational impact, and you think about your future and the hope of what it could be. But you never start being that person. So I found that I was never becoming the person I saw in the future. I was just always thinking about the things that I wanted to do. And then if I failed, getting frustrated and wanting to throw in the towel. But it's like, there's a point in your battle as a man trying to realize who you are and what your calling is, that the person that you want to become has to start today, right? So my challenge for you is to decide today the things that you're going to pick up and you're going to do so that you can become that future version of yourself that you see. And if you fail or drop the ball, that is not a sign that you set the wrong goals or you're on the wrong path. It's actually the opposite. It's fact that you set a goal that is worth attaining, because anything worth attaining is not going to come overnight. Oftentimes, I even do this. I see guys who get super successful from, like, weird things, right? Like Bitcoin. How many people do we know that got super wealthy from Bitcoin? I know some who did really well from it. And we have this mistake of going, well, they just hit it right. No, man. Those guys bought and held through all of the ups and downs of the market, right? They could have sold at so many different times. And this isn't about, because this isn't about cryptocurrency, but it's a fact that those guys didn't get to that point where it was worth 80s, 90s, even six figures sometimes over the past couple weeks. That didn't come because the first sign of success, they sold it. They knew the vision that they had. And there's people who've done that in other industries that have failed. And that's irrelevant. The point is that everything takes work, right? And everything that you do, you have to set a goal. And you have to move with it. So I'm going to give you a few quick steps. I would like to post a link. Hopefully I'll do it next week if I can pull together the time. I have a really busy weekend. I actually have some deliverance weekend with some friends. We're actually getting together with a bunch of believers. I'm a Christian, and we're going to talk about Jesus. We're going to talk about the things that have helped create us, the goods and the bads. And God didn't just come to save us from our sins. He came to heal us from all of our wounds and our traumas and our anxieties. I'm working through that, right? I've got all sorts of stuff I'm working through. So we're doing that this weekend. I'm super excited about it. So I'm not really going to be engaged with much because I'm going to be kind of, under the water per se, working through that. But this is where, if so far this resonates with you and you want to start, I'm going to give you 2 cents on where to start. This is where I started recently. And the amount of change I've seen in such a short period of time is amazing. Compound interest. You just put a little bit every day, and as time goes, you'd start to see the shift. But it's not, you don't have to reach for the world. Set small goals. This is a sheet that I kind of came up with. Just the wording. It's from a different website. I actually just pulled this off my basement floor. I actually have this on my computer, but I want to show you guys. I was going to edit it in, but I just don't have the capacity. So I'm starting by just starting. This is a sheet. If you can see it, it's called the Wheel of Life. You can't see it because of the setting. It's called the Wheel of Life. So just so you can kind of get what this says, you can just draw this, or there is a website. It's by Mind Tools by Emerald Works. Just Google Wheel of Life, a Wheel of Life worksheet. You can print this out. So I put on the top family. So this wheel is supposed to describe kind of your life and what's going on and the things that you find important. So this is the way I created this. Family, right? That's at the top. Faith. I'm a Christian. I'm a believer in Jesus. That's the most important thing to me. Health and fitness. I struggle, man. I got back problems. I used to be a BMXer. I got a lot of hurt and pain. I struggle with exercise. I don't want to do it. Time management. Taking back your life. Career and work. That's important to a lot of men, I know. Personal development. What are you doing to better yourself? Coaching, books, goals. Finances. We all love finances, right? Some people don't. They think it's evil. It's not evil. It's a tool. It's not the purpose, though. Finances. Giving, investment, spending, where I choose. And then the last one that I wrote down, fun/friends. Relationships, friends, brotherhood. If you don't have men in your life that are calling you up, you have to start there, because you cannot do this alone. You are not designed to live this life alone. Your wife and your kids are enough for you and your family unit, but you as a man need other men calling you up. The Bible teaches iron sharpens iron. You need other iron to sharpen you. So why am I showing you this? This is a simple sheet. You can print it off in 5 minutes, fill it out in 5 minutes, and it will change your life. It's kind of like goal setting. So what you do is you number it. I did 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 being I'm killing it. 2 being like, dang, I've got work to do. So my family was 7 when I did this. My faith, when I first wrote this out, I thought it was at like a 6. I was like, man, I've got these things I'm working on. This is not to shame. This is an evaluation tool. Health and fitness, 3. I think that was kind of aggressive. Time management, 4. Taking back my time. I gave myself a 4. Career and work, I gave myself a 5. Personal development, I gave myself an 8 because I've been in a season. I did this over a year ago. So I was in a season where I was reading a lot. I'm actually still in that season. I'm doing a lot. Finances, 5. Giving, right? I was struggling with where I was putting my money. I didn't like it. I wanted to shift it. But again, this is not to shame. This is to create. Fun, friends, relationships, friends, brotherhood. 3. Gave myself a 3 on brotherhood and on friends. We need others in our life. So what is the point of this? If you go hit this up, like I said, Wheel of Life worksheet, Google it. You'll probably be able to find it. Maybe someday I'll have a cool resource, but right now I don't. Just go Google it or draw your own. So wheel, number it, and then just rate yourself. Where you at? Based on where you want to be. Be realistic. Don't shoot for the moon. When you're in finances, don't be like, oh, well, I'm not a millionaire yet. No, like, where are you at with what you have? What resources do you have as for friends? Where are you at in your faith? And score based off of what you currently have. Don't go, poof, well, I want to be way here. Measure yourself by what is currently in your sphere of influence. And be honest. What I did then is I go, all right, well, I'm struggling with brotherhood. So I'm going to reach out to some friends and start a prayer meeting every Tuesday night or every other Tuesday night. Career, work. Man, I gotta notch things up a bit. I was in a season when I drew this out where like I was flipping houses and things were chill, but I kind of was feeling lazy because a lot of things were just doing themselves and I'm working with my mind. So I'm like, all right, well, I need to create more rhythm in my day and focus because I have actual goals that I want to achieve. Health and fitness, my biggest struggle. Like a water challenge. Like, all right, well, what can I do? So what I advise you or recommend that you do with this, fill this out, create your own, go download this worksheet, and start to just look at the areas where you want to see an increase and do a little bit. Don't go big. Don't go big. Let's pretend, for lack of a better example, let's pretend you want to grow close to the Lord, but you're not reading the Bible. Start with the Proverbs a day. One chapter. Don't start with trying to get through some crazy thing. Just do something faithfully. If you don't think that your time with your family is enough and you scored yourself poorly there, what can you pull back? All right, I need to sit down with your wife or your girlfriend or your parents or wherever you're at in life and go, all right, I want family to be a priority for me. Can we start eating dinner together? Well, maybe that's too big of an ask. But can we do it once a week? Or, hey, I really need some one-on-one connection with my bride, but my kids are crazy and I don't have time. All right, well, how can we address that with what we currently have? Don't put something out there that's so far away that it's unachievable. Do something that you can work with and slowly start to move the wheel. Know what's crazy? I filled this out. It was a year and a half ago. I check it every once in a while, not religiously, but the reality is just with making micro adjustments, my life has dramatically shifted. And I'm not there yet. I have so much more to do. But this is a good place to start. So if you want to start to dig in to who you are, because you want more for those around you. I want to raise men up. I have 2 young boys. I have 2 young girls. I want to raise them up to be leaders and warriors. I don't want them to have the same thought process that I did until I was in my 30s, where I was like, oh my gosh, like what didn't I know? When now I'm gaining information and I'm realizing that like life just isn't easy, and we need to know ourselves and we need to invest in ourselves, and that we need to make commitments and we need to make boundaries. So as I've learned that, I want to share that with those around me because it's so valuable. And I want them to start to realize sooner so this next generation can have a better shot than I did. And I'm just getting started. So that's what I have. I'm going to do a couple more of these. I'm going to just try to get started. I could not do it in my basement. My basement office is ratchet right now. It's cool when like I walk into it. I got a sauna and cool stuff on the walls, but on camera it looks like garbage. But this guy's video that he showed yesterday, he just did it outside. And I'm like, I got snow. I got a cool hat that says Jesus, so why not? So if you like this, I don't mean to be this guy. Like, subscribe, comment below. Tell me what you didn't like. Apparently that helps. If I get 2 views, that's sweet. If not, no worries. I'm gonna keep doing this because it matters to me. This is just as much for me, holding myself accountable for the goals I have. I desire to be somebody who can be an elder at the city gates. I want to be a man at the city gates. I want to be a man that has wisdom, that can be someone that when someone's in their hardest or at their highest, they can reach out to. So where do we start? By just stepping out in things we believe in, things we want to do. So thanks for watching. Happy weekend.